Hi guys, so this is video 2 or part 2 of the video about are you being helpful? And so if you haven't watched the first video, I suggest you go back and watch that one because this is not going to make any sense. Okay, so in the first video we were talking about the 3 archetypes of helpfulness: the victim, the accuser, and the rescuer. And where we left off was the part where I talked about what do you do about this, okay? So that's where I'm at. So what do you do when you notice yourself falling into the victim, the rescuer, or the accuser? What you do is, number 1, you've got to train yourself to stop jumping and providing unsolicited help. Instead, when there's this urge to help, what you do is you ask, what can I do? Or what's needed? Or what do you need from me right now? And that way you can actually ensure that you're actually being helpful rather than wasting your time or, wasting their time too, because that happens too. Number 2, and this is something I'm discovering for myself, okay? And I've been historically really, really terrible at it, is when people ask for advice, instead of jumping in with your advice, you let them answer their own question and discover it themselves. And it can be mildly annoying for them, but don't let them be lazy about it. You be the one who's being lazy. So, for instance, if one of my employees asks, okay, we didn't get some delivery order, whatever, what do I do? Instead of me telling them, okay, you should contact so and da da da, and just giving them the answer, I can ask them, okay, before I jump in with my answer, what do you think you could do? And they'll come up with an answer, and then I can say, when they stop, I can say, okay, anything else you think you could do? And I've not been doing this as much as I could, sometimes barely. And that's something I'm learning, because this is how you really empower people around you when you're running a business. They get to make decisions for themselves. They get to take initiative. They get to start leading. They get to know themselves as people who can actually figure things out for themselves. It's really crucial. The last thing that you can do is, get coaching. It's so important. So important to transform these things, the triggers that put you into the victim, rescuer, accuser zone. I cannot talk enough about the power of mental rehearsal. And that's what I coach people on. Your brain does not know the difference between what's real and what's imagined when it comes to learning. You can visualize your way to a different way of being in these trigger situations. So that's the last thing you definitely should do, okay? So I think that completes the video. That's everything that I wanted to share. And again, if you didn't watch the first video, then go ahead and watch it. It's some really good stuff. All right. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll be in touch.